All right, all right. I said, all right, all right. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Denver series. This time we'll cover the Owl Club of Denver and a couple of other Fraternal Orders. By yours truly, learning and building. Just went down the rabbit hole and look what I found. Hello. So we got the Owl Club members at their 50th anniversary. These guys, these fellas. Okay. So the Owl Club of Denver was founded in 1941 and received its charter from the state of Colorado on March 24th, 1949. The club was organized by Ferris Cassius Sr., Dillard Collins, Howard Denton, James R. Gross, C. Columbus Johnson, very interesting, Ralph D. Mason, D. Smith, and Carl Terrell. These men consisted of a group of black workers, so-called, who turned their Saturday night gatherings into a prominent community service organization. Great idea. The purposes of the Owl Club of Denver are to promote brotherhood amongst African American men by participating in a variety of community service initiatives. And all those African American men are not all African American men. Some would happen to be the American Indian. To highlight the social, civic, and scholastic achievements of young black women in Denver, and to introduce these young women to Denver's vibrant African American social community, so-called African American. One of the ways that the club achieves these goals is through their signature event, the Debutante Ball, or the Debutante Ball. In 1951, the first Debutante Ball at the Park Hill Country Club began a new era focusing on African American high school girls in the Denver community, once again so-called. The ball continues to be an annual event that showcases the scholarship, moral character, leadership, and outstanding community achievements of its participants, called debutantes. Debutantes. Noble Out Club debutantes. Debutantes include former United States Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice and Blair Caldwell, African American Research Library Senior Special Collections Librarian Terry Nelson, whose Out Club debutante ball dress is featured in the Blair Caldwell Coliseum. In a letter to commemorate the club's 50th anniversary of the debutante ball, former Secretary Rice wrote, "I would like to offer my congratulations to the young ladies on their selection and preparation for the ball. I thoroughly enjoyed my own experiences as an Owl Deb, as I am sure they will and have too." During the debutante ball experience, debutantes are introduced to Owl Club members, supporters, and other members of Denver's African American community. With an emphasis on culture and tradition, the Owl Club has maintained a visible and impactful presence in Denver for generations. Now let's see some pictures. This is 1951. Beautiful ladies, beautiful, looking good. So that's just a brief little overview of the Owl Club. Very, very brief. Now we're going to see where they're located. And it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Tells you everything you need to know. If it's a community event, 9 times out of 10 they're involved in putting that together. And this ain't no spook by the door build. No, this is we're just learning about what these people are accomplishing or what they have accomplished. So here we go. It's right here, the red door, right about there, 2815 Madison Street. Fascinating stuff. Okay, so let's go back. I really want to find some more on them, so let's go keep digging. Let's keep digging. And I believe it's going to take me right back. It's what you call live research. Forgive the computer. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to back. Cool. But it's interesting because Park Hill is a very expensive community when you want to get up in there. But it would also be considered a hood. Yes. See, so we're here. We're in the archives, special collections. I'm trying to get some more. I'm gonna get some more for y'all. Let's see. Yeah, let's search the Owl Club. Put it up in there. Okay, so that'll be it on the Owl Club locations and all that good jazz. Let me go. What's favorite tab? Put it in Denver. Yeah, we're not gonna spend too much time on this. Remove that. Go back real quick. This is what we're looking for right here. Boom. Man, I'm already ahead of the game. So let's close this one. We can close this one. So now we're going to move to the secret society that infiltrated Denver's KKK during the height of its power. Dr. Joseph H.P. Westbrook was an early civil rights leader in Denver who was able to pass undetected at Klan meetings. And you'll see why. So these are the first members of the Boule in Denver. This is the group that infiltrated. When the Ku Klux Klan was at the height of its power in Denver, one man from Denver's black community infiltrated the group and tried to blunt the impact of its terror. Dr. Joseph H.P. Westbrook's light complexion allowed him to pass for white, and at great danger and cost to his personal health, he attended Klan meetings and relayed their plots back to Denver's so-called black residents. Terry Gentry knows this story well, and it's not just because she's been working at the Black American West Museum in Five Points for a decade. Westbrook was her grandmother's godfather, and her great-grandfather's best friend. This is why he was passing for those meetings. Undetected. The spook was set by the door, huh? Oops. My grandmother told me this story probably since I was 2 years old, she says. Sitting at a long table in the museum's office on California Street, Gentry needs only dive into her own memory to access Westbrook's story. Terry Gentry shows a photo of her grandmother and great-aunt Ernestine and Josephine McLean. The performing twins were the godchildren of Dr. Joseph H.P. Westbrook. Hello. As Gentry tells it, Westbrook came to Denver in 1906 from Mississippi on the heels of other black homesteaders who staked out what is now Cherry Creek. Search Cherry Creek on your own time. Absolutely. Westbrook was an active member of the fledgling community and helped to establish Deerfield. Woo! An all-black agrarian community in Weld County. That's an interesting word. Let's see what that, see what that agrarian community really does. Live research. Because I know about Deerfield. Absolutely. So what that's going to do is it's going to take us down the article. We don't want the article. So what we're going to do is we're going to search the meaning of agrarian. Relating to cultivated land or the cultivation of land. Bingo. Easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Go research Deerfield. Or you can be patient and I will give you that information. In Weld County. He was also a member of the Boule, the first all-black Greek fraternity that was founded in Philadelphia in 1904 and brought to Denver in 1921. 1921, huh? Bang. A Polaroid from a Boule meeting. To meeting. By the 1920s, the homesteaders had been ejected from Cherry Creek, so the city could build a dump there. And they instead flocked to the 5 Points area for jobs as railway porters and in slaughterhouses. As the community thrived, Denver established covenants or racially determined neighborhood boundaries to keep it from moving east of Downing Street. At the same time, the Ku Klux Klan was gaining power at the state's highest levels, controlling the state house and Senate and Denver mayor's office by 1925. View of a burning cross on Ruby Hill between 1920 and 1930. I like that. Let's look it up. I like the name, Ruby Hill. That in Colorado? Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a neighborhood in Denver. The more you learn. I said the more you learn. So we got Park Hill, now we got Ruby Hill. We noticing a common trend. Or we noticing the common trend. Red stones found in the area by early miner stones that turned out to be garnets. Okay, you got the Ruby Hill intel. Awesome. The Klan says gentry made their presence and power known by igniting crosses on Table Mountain for the whole city to see. At meetings, they would plot ways to terrorize Denver's black community, which was fighting to expand 5 Points eastward, to High Street. And they're currently gentrifying as we speak. Can't let that happen. And that's where Westbrook comes in with fair complexion. Westbrook was able to enter Klan meetings without question. They didn't know that he was a black man. Too dark to be white, pale, too pale to be dark. Shoot. Bombshell. Mr. Westbrook. I said Mr. Westbrook. Gentry says. The first members of the Boule in Denver, with Westbrook at bottom left. Got C.F. Holmes. Ooh, they got it in cursive. V.B. Spratlin. E.W.D. Abner. H.E. Let's zoom in. Look like Rex Smith, Red Smith, Ross Smith. Look, it's him. How about that? For several years, says Gentry, Westbrook listened to the group's plots and relayed information back to his community. This was an extremely risky endeavor and would not have been possible without extreme confidence. Now, why does he have confidence in himself? Bingo. You got it. So you catching on. Drop a comment and let me know why you think he was able to move with extreme confidence other than the color of his skin, right? Gentry says only a small number of people knew about Westbrook's work, most likely the fellow members of the Boule. Westbrook probably used his fraternal network to tip off community members who might have been targets of Klan activity. In Gentry's words, taking the wind out of their sails. Hello. And it's very interesting because now that's a connection between the Boule and the Klan. Now, were they working together? Let's read. Let's find out more. So you got C.E. Terry, you got P.E. Spratlin, and you got H.H. Thomas. I've heard that name. The first members of the Boule in Denver. According to a history of the group, the Boule was formed by black intellectuals, college men, who were willing to ally themselves in common causes and to agree to sacrifice for these causes. Sigma Pi Phi. Probably should look for the first edition, not the 50th. Hello. While the group's stated goal was to combat isolation among black professionals, founding members' words could point to a larger purpose. Concerted action. they proclaimed in their first meeting, brings about those things that seem best for all that cannot be accomplished by individual effort. Hello. The founders, Richard J. Warwick, Henry M. Minton, Algernon B. Jackson, Edwin C. Howard, seen in the history of Sigma Pi Phi 50th Anniversary Edition. Again, look for the first one. And indeed, Westbrook sacrificed much for his clandestine work. He was never caught by the Duke Klansmen, Gentry says, but instead suffered a great deal of stress. Well, of course. He died 10 years before my great-grandfather, she says. My grandmother says she thought that the stress of his life really impacted his health. That's a very stressful job you got there, Mr. Westbrook. Terry Gentry can be seen in the reflection of her great-grandfather Thomas Ernest McLean at the Black American West Museum. Oh, Mr. Gentry. Oh, Mr. Gentry. Westbrook had every reason to worry. It was an era when people were being kidnapped, beaten, intimidated, run out of town, and potentially even bombed by the Klan, and Westbrook could very well have been killed for his espionage. Today, the Boule is known as Sigma Pi Phi. Local membership includes former Mayor Wellington Webb of Denver. Other prominent members were Dr. King and W.E.B. Du Bois. So you got Dr. King Jr. and you got W.E.B. Du Bois. Go get some intel on them two folks. Upstairs in the Black American West Museum, I gotta get some boots on the ground, head over there. Absolutely. Westbrook's portrait hangs in the Black American West Museum. It's open Fridays and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. or by appointment. Don't forget to ring the bell when you get there. Yeah, you gotta ring the bell. Yeah, ring the bell. So that's very interesting. We got a fascinating fact we would like to add to the bookmark collection. So upon some digging and doing a little bit of research, I said, well, what does this temple look like? You know, what's to it? Have I seen it before? And it would be the Temple Emmanuel. So there would be go. Or there you would go. Ancient structure, huh? What they say, 1921? 1921. Let's go get that intel. Yep. Denver, 1921. Boom, bingo. Let's put those pieces together. Designed by architect John J. Humphreys of Wendell and Humphreys Architects. The original portion of the building includes the raised entrance and two Turkish-style towers. The synagogue was constructed using simple buff brick, but laid with the projecting horizontal stripe pattern at the front facade on Pearl Street. You gotta love it. The top of the building has an ornate applied metal cornice and a rose window in the parapet. Unfortunately, extensive soiling of the masonry accentuates the horizontal stripe pattern of the brick and makes the stone surrounding the entrance look grayer than it originally would have. The metal cornice is also severely deteriorated with extensive corrosion evident, especially at the top left side in the photo above. Somebody try to burn it down. Burn it to the ground. Sheesh. Two Turkish-style minaret towers, or minaret, flank the original portion of the building. These octagonal towers were built with buff brick and have thin horizontal openings capped by pointed arches. I originally thought the top of the towers were made of carved stone. Could have been. But upon closer inspection, I realized that they are made of molded sheet material. Corrosion has taken its toll and some of the ornament is lost and several railings are displaced. All the ornament isn't lost. It's in these $1 million homes. Hello. I said the ornament isn't lost. However, the original form of the minarets is still quite legible despite the deterioration. And this is the Temple Emmanuel, Denver. And back there you see the Cathedral of Immaculate Conception. Let's put those connections together. You see the way this building is. You see that in the background. It's awesome how they did that. So without reading any further, we'll go ahead and bookmark this. Oh, we won't be here all night, all day. We won't be here. So this is what it looks like. This is what I could find, at least. They've knocked down towers. They've blurred out things. Y'all know how they do. But you see, it's a marvelous building. Now let's compare. You feel me? Same place, but it doesn't feel like it does it. No, it doesn't. It says Temple Emmanuel is reportedly the only Moorish and Turkish revival style synagogue in Colorado. Oh my goodness. Get it together. But see, that's the National Register nomination. They like to put the Moorish on it, don't they? But with the Turkish, might as well say a Christian man built it, huh? Hello. But we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Because you see that the buildings didn't even look like you see what I'm saying? Like, what was knocked down? You got windows covered up. Or were they doors for giants? Look, we're not gonna speculate. Let's close out of this tab. Let's close this tab. Now they're calling it a mosque. Well, when you put the Moor with the Turk, you get mosque, don't you? You gotta study yourself, show yourself approved, huh? This 1907 building, one of the best examples of Moorish-inspired architecture in Colorado. Utilizes Middle Eastern architectural styles to create ceremonial spaces in keeping with the spirit and rituals of the ancient order of nobles of the mystic shrine. The architects, see, now we're switching up architects, huh? The Barristan brothers reached the pinnacle of their prolific practice with its design. Now see, I feel like I'm talking about two different buildings, huh? It seems like that, doesn't it? The exterior is one of the best examples of Moorish-inspired architecture in Colorado, and the exterior and the interior exhibits an incredible collection of architectural styles ranging from Moorish and Egyptian to French, provincial, Elizabethan, and arts and crafts. Okay, that all sounds like hijack. Same address. This shows and proves that they just knocked down buildings. Because when I go back in there and we check out our history, 1775 Sherman, okay, 1770 Sherman. See, you see what's happening? Do you see what's happening? So you go from this, excuse me, you go from this to this. Now let's go make sure we have the right place, right address. I'm going to resume my journey, that's for sure. Now they're giving me grape. It's all happening. See, then I have this. It's not making sense. Buildings moved all the time. So in 1921, did they maybe add to it? Don't mind me. To the next one, y'all. And these are your Shriners. One man wielding a sword. You better not mess with me. Hello. Don't play around with it. 5 points. Then we hear about that. Ejected. Went to the 5 points for work. And then you got a man wielding a sword. Put them together, Josh. I got you. Now let's move on to the next one. Or you can marinate on this. I really wanted to get the big screen. There you go. There you go. There you go, right there. Sword. Men marching in order. All right. Let's go to the next one. Right here we'll have Mr. Leroy Smith. Scrapbook. The Shriner Freemason. Let's get up in there. Let's get up in there. Refresh. Boom. See, so now they're gonna play around with the no problem. So it says ancient Egyptian Arabic order nobles of the mystic shrine of North and South America and its jurisdictions. Very interesting. So now I want to go to 2615 Welton Street. Let's see what we have. Oh, do we have a ballroom? Cervantes. I performed there. Great time. Great people. Great facility. Something came over me in there. Ooh, getting deep. Yes, ma'am. Denver Kush Club now. Yes, sir. And we're in the 5 points, the historic. See, so now they're saying that we actually pulled up 2600 Welton Street. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this tab because I don't like that. It shows that they just covered everything up. Hagira 137, 195. Let's look at his card. Membership card. Be it known that noble Leroy Smith, whose name is written on the margin hereof, is a noble of the Mystic Shrine and in good standing in Syrian Denver. Temple number 49. This is getting good. Syrian Denver. They're gonna show me some other stuff. Yeah, Syrian Suites. Your address. Colorado Boulevard. Let's close out of this one. Okay. Oasis of, okay. So he's in good standing in the temple. And Oasis of Syrian Denver. Desert of, which is lawfully and constitutionally established by the Imperial Council and is entitled to be received, welcomed, and honored As such, during the fiscal year beginning August 1st, 1945 and ending July 31st, 1946. Awesome. So let's go down Leroy's rabbit hole real quick. Do you mind? I said, do you mind? So we have a nice little letter here. Honorary citation from the state of Colorado Executive Chambers. Whereas Leroy Smith has enjoyed hunting and fishing in Colorado for 50 consecutive years and recently was appointed an honorary game, fish, and parks officer for Colorado, and whereas he has been in business in Denver for 33 years. Very important number there, 33 years in the 5 Points area with business activities which included ownership of the Rhythm Record Shop for 25 years. First black-owned sporting goods store in Colorado, ownership of the Voters Club and of Town and County Interiors, And whereas his many community involvements include a 19-year association with the Juneteenth Festival and originating the Juneteenth Parade, election as assistant rabbin and officer of the Imperial Council of Shriners, bringing the Negro Shrine Convention to Denver in 1953. And that's why I pulled up that building. Temple Emmanuel. Absolutely. Here you go again. Absolutely. This is where that convention of 1953 was held. Putting them pieces together. We can close out of here. Serving as president of the East Denver Improvement Association, members of the management board of the Young Men's Christian Association, and chairman of community chess drives, organizing the Midwest Gala Day and the Wild Game Feast. And whereas he was the first black disc jockey in Denver, the first black member of the Denver Chamber of Commerce, and the second black to receive the 33rd degree in Masonry in Colorado. There you go. Now, therefore, I, Roy Romer, Governor of Colorado, cite Leroy Smith for service to the black community of Colorado and to all the people of Colorado. Given under my hand and the executive seal of the state of Colorado this 9th day of October 1987. Official document. Official. Aficionado, huh? Let's go ahead and save that. I will be giving these links in the description. So when you reach your 33rd degree, and we know there's way more, right? And if you didn't, now you know. Very fascinating. You won't get those perks until you reach that. You won't receive a letter from the governor until you reach that. And I don't want any notoriety from any governor. Hello. Bang. So what we're gonna see here is his license. First black, you know what I'm saying? First so-called black to open his own pretty much game business. You know, when they go kill the animals and things of that nature, you know. So let's refresh the tab. So he was born in, he was right there. Born in Poteau, Oklahoma on July 11, 1911. There you go. So we're not going to dwell on this too much, but what I will do is, since I already have it saved, I will close out of this and I will continue on. Because he obtained his license, he changed the name of his store to the Rhythm Records and Sporting Goods Shop, so you can listen to music while you shop for your gun, or you can buy the music and the gun. Hello, how you doing? So upon further digging, I found the El Jabel Shrine in there. El Jabel Shrine, excuse me. Okay, so El Jabel Shrine is a northern Colorado-based arm of Shriners International. The charter for the 39th Shrine Temple was issued to El Jabel Shrine on June 25, 1888, or I-888. We welcome all Master Masons in good standing to join us, so you will not be joining with you. Shriners International is a fraternity based on fun, fellowship, and the Masonic principles of brotherly love, relief, and truth. There are more than 250,000 members from nearly 200,000 temples chapters worldwide. They hit me with the switch up. We'll save that one. Yeah, we're gonna zoom past this. So I will not be reading all of this, but there's something about this Imperial Council, huh? Speech by Attorney General Herbert Brownell Jr. at Denver, Colorado. Monday, August 17, 1953. Now that's very fascinating. I want to look up this Imperial Council of Shriners real quick, if y'all don't mind. Now let's add a Denver. Maybe we'll get something with that. This is all live research, by the way. Don't hold it against me. Okay, boom. Wow. Gorgeous, huh? No wonder they're called the Imperial, hey? Love to get some, like I say, love to get boots on the ground here. Very fascinating. Very fascinating. Yes, I said fascinating. I love to look around. What was all over here? What was all over here? Yeah, well, that's beautiful. But not to dwell in on that. I am greatly honored to be invited to address your meeting today, and gratified to learn that the theme of the present convention is freedom is everybody's business. I heartily endorse the attitude of your organization toward this theme because you have clearly recognized by your actions that freedom consists of more than demanding the rights of citizenship, but also accepting the responsibilities of citizenship. You have shown this in the splendid report that you have given to the tuberculosis research project at Freedmen's Hospital, Washington, D.C., and to the cancer research project at Homer G. Phillips Hospital, St. Louis, Missouri. Have y'all ever seen that hospital? Go look it up. Homer G. Phillips Hospital. Hello. Today I would like to discuss with you one of the responsibilities of citizenship in which we in the Department of Justice are taking an active interest. Now, if I were to tell you that 1 million youngsters will show the first symptoms of cholera this year, the nation would be aghast, and people everywhere would jump up to see what they could do to prevent it. Fortunately, we face no such plague, but there is every sign that more than 1 million children this year will be in trouble, serious enough to require the police to pick them up. And I will be sharing this link with you. I will not be reading this whole thing. I know. Like to hear me read. So basically, the Imperial Council has a say-so on what goes on in the youth in Denver. A lot of violence going on. Wonder where they're at. Oh yeah, I want y'all to read this here. So let's go back to freedom is indeed everybody's business. It is a dynamic concept in the fight against oppression. Our civil rights are the lifeblood of our freedom. A denial of a civil right is a curtailment of a freedom. Any deprivation of civil rights is exploited to the hilt by the communists. We propose to work in cooperation and harmony with all state officials to protect the civil rights of all of our citizens. The Department of Justice will not encroach on states' rights or the police power of the states. Now, we just found out that they got a whole charter, correct? Just as in other cases of dual jurisdiction, such as car theft cases, drug cases, and many others, we will work with the state authorities toward a common goal. We have made it clear, however, that we do not intend in any way to lessen the enforcement of the federal in the field of civil rights. Now that's a wordplay right there. Federal, civil, not state. See? On the contrary, our efforts to safeguard the civil rights guaranteed our citizens by the Constitution and protected by federal laws will be intensified. Hello. How you doing? Okay, so what we're going to go to now is the Scottish Rite. We just looked at the Owl Club and we just looked at the Shriners. Yeah, El Jabel. Hey. Okay, so what we have now is the Scottish Rite Masonic Center. Here we go. Now notice how the Scottish Rite Masonic Center is so close to the Basilica of the Immaculate Conception. But here, I'll do you one better. Let me go pull it up real quick. And I want to show you, not tell you. Cool. Thank you. Okay, so what we have is the Scottish Rite, right? Now watch this. This will be our Capitol building. This is our Capitol building right here out in Colorado. Then you have this, Free Tech. You feel me? You see what's going on? And right down the street, you also have the Mint. Well, I know. Hold your horses. I will not get to the Mint. And there's a reason for that. That reason being, it's by the Capitol building. So when you see that, you see the Capitol building. Hello, how you doing? Let's go up. Like what I'm seeing over here. You see marvelousness. And there goes our cathedral. Basilica of Immaculate Conception. But look at the style of this building, y'all. Look at that, y'all. Watch this. Look at this. Now, why is it separated like that? You know what I mean? I get something deeper when I look at these buildings. So here we have our Scottish Rite. And I'll show you right here, Scottish Rite Masonic Center. On Grant Street. Grants. What does that sound like? Boom. There you go. Now you got it. You're getting it. You're getting the hang of it. Okay, we'll close out of that one too. What is the Scottish Rite? The Scottish Rite of Freemasonry was organized in the United States in 18 and traces its lineage to Masons in 18th century France. But see what I'm saying? Freemasons to Masons. Freemasonry is not Masonry. Excuse me. As well as to Frederick the Great of Prussia. The Scottish Rite bodies are located on every continent and share the common values and goals of helping men become better individuals, husbands, fathers, and citizens of their respective countries. There you go. Blue Lodge. So the Scottish Rite, as expressed in its degrees with their accompanying lectures and instructions, is an advanced course in Freemasonry. It is indeed a liberal education. The Scottish Rite is based upon Blue Lodge or craft Freemasonry, and in this country, it does not confer the first 3 degrees. This is recognized as the unquestioned prerogative of the Grand Lodge in each state. The Scottish Rite confers the degrees from the 4th to the 33rd inclusive. So what we have with Leroy was he was actually tied in with them. You see how that works? You see how it's going? You see what's happening? So I'm going to read the first paragraphs of, the Scottish Rite, an individual decision. Scottish Rite Freemasonry challenges no man's political creed, leaving that to his country and himself. It does not interfere with any man's religious opinion, leaving that a matter between his God and his conscience. And yet it does not seek to impress by most sublime and beautiful lessons enforced by the most profound reasoning, the almighty power of truth, appealing to the highest and purest sentiments of the human soul for the enforcement of its principles. Ignorance, tyranny, and fanaticism are its foes. Liberty, equality, and fraternity are its watchwords. So if you hear somebody saying that a lot, you need to question their ties. Ask them, are they a traveling man? If we listen attentively and observe carefully, we will discover something elevating and inspiring in the conferral of the degrees of Masonry, something that will enrich our lives. To grasp the great lessons of Masonry, we should always approach the source of learning in a spirit of humility and reverence. What the ritual said to us when we were initiated in Masonry, Freemasonry, it continues to say, and there is always the likelihood that we will receive that which may have escaped our heart and mind in previous conferrals. There you go. Signs, signals, symbols, and allegory. Because symbols and allegory form such an important part of the Scottish Rite, a few works of review may be helpful. General semanticists, scientists concerned with the ways in which meanings are transmitted, divide behavior into signals, signs, and symbols. A signal is a communication so basic that it appears to be wired in the structure of the brain rather than being learned. Most animal communication takes that form, whether it is the mating dance of a peacock or the danger signal of the white-tailed deer. Very little human behavior is signal, since very little human behavior is instinctive. Stopping when someone we are approaching holds out an arm towards us with the palm of the hand facing us may be an example. So basically that, easy. So let's the double-headed eagle was probably first accepted by Freemasonry as a symbol in the year 1755, I-758. In that year, the body called Council of Emperors of the East and West was established in Paris. The double-headed eagle was adopted to symbolize the double jurisdiction of the council, one which looked both to the east and to the west. Hello. Symbols, signs, signals, symbols, and allegory. So in the Scottish Rite, as in earlier symbolism, it has many applications, but all center about the same idea. The present, which must learn from the past and look to the future. Man, who is both spiritual and animal. Eternity, which is the product of both life and death, that we have obligations both to ourselves and to others. That creation is the result of both imagination and power. Knowledge comes from study and from sudden insight of inspiration. So we see Dias Meunke juice. Let's see what that means. Dias Meunke. God, am I right? God, am I right? My God, am I right? Hello. So yeah, that's just a little intel on the Scottish Rite. Let's go ahead and bookmark that. So let's see. The architecture. We're almost done. We're almost out of here, I said. We're almost done. We're almost out of here. Wanted to see what this was. Oh, okay, we'll get to that. Bookmark that. Yeah. Y'all saw it. This is going to be a good one. Why do you think the neoclassical style was used so frequently in Masonic architecture? The Scottish Rite Masonic Center has been a part of Colorado history from its earliest period up to the present day. In 1891, the Scottish Rite bodies raised $50,000 to purchase a church at 19th and Wilton Streets. But the economic pain of 1893 to 94 cost many of the members their fortunes, and the heavily mortgaged building was lost to foreclosure. In 1909, the lots at East 14th Avenue and Grant Street were purchased, but construction was not authorized until 1922. The neoclassical building was completed May 14, 1925, and designed by William Norman Bowman. It is located in Capitol Hill. Didn't I just tell you this? Let's go look at Bowman. Let's see all his accomplishments, or his hijack. The thieving, conniving scoundrels, remember that. Born in 1868 in Carthage, New York, New York, Ellis Island, August 28, 1944. Was a prolific architect in Colorado, Mr. William N. Bowman, or Little William N. Bowman. Yeah, him and Elijah E. Myers, they're some crooked folks. So right here we have the Mountain States Telephone Building. Now, doesn't this look a little similar to this here? I mean, just a little bit. Like, you can see, like, the styles of it. Where did it go? Let me get to it. Let me get that. Where did it go? Let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that. Right, let's go to our history. Let's peep game. Yeah, I think I already had that up. I don't even need to pull it up right there. Oh, no, I do need to pull that up right there. Excuse me. Yeah, because I had it. It was right there. So let me go get that for you. We don't play no games. Yeah, we don't play around. Temple Emmanuel, we're going to close that one. So here is our building that he so-called built or discovered on his Columbus. Columbo, Cristobal. Hey. So boom, we got that. Look, you know what I mean? It's the stones. Stones more to me. Now, he's big. He's heavy into Freemasonry. What you have is another 33rd, and I will prove it. I will prove it. Boom. So we got the Greeley Masonic Temple. The Weld County Courthouse. So what he's doing is he's taking buildings. Excuse me. There's the courthouse, okay. Colorado building. Let's check it out. Let's check out these thieving, conniving scoundrels. Boom. So let's get out of here. And we're going to put this in a whole nother folder. I like my hijack folder. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to prove that he is he's with the Masonic Order, and he's one of the highest ranking officials. Unofficially. Oh, man. So it says Bowman originally designed a large and more ornately decorated building for the site, but redesigned the building to be the current 3-story structure. Well, of course he did, didn't he? Several Masonic symbols are present on the exterior of the Scottish Rite Temple, including a double-headed eagle at the crest of the western pediment. Let's check it out. Let's check out the pediment. Let's check out the pediment. And I might have to go to another one, but it should show me. There we go. It's right there. Double-headed eagle. God is my right? Ain't that what we uncovered? God is my right. Let me go find that. Oh goodness, let me find that real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Oh yeah. Here we go. Very fast, very easy. God and my right. Excuse me. I was wrong. God and my right. So I'm gonna leave that up because he's actually responsible for this building too, which would be the El Jabel Shriners. Call it lodge, you call it that. But let's go get the official name. Let's get the official name. I said El Jabel Shrine. So I had it. Boom. That's all I needed. And we're going to actually close this one too. Excuse me. And this would be your El Jabel right here. Yeah, that's what they're good at building. They don't build structures like the Scottish Rite. No, man. No, man. They don't build buildings like this. Or aren't they still doing it today? And then you see the 6-pointed star over here. Let's see what we got. And they got it gated off. I wonder why. This is November 2020 though, so I wonder why. Like, were they dismissed? zoom out a little bit. Let's go see the side of the building, because this is the last one. This is the last Fraternal Order. I'm gonna pull up. So yeah, you see the windows down here. Buildings go deeper. Huh? Came here and they found you living in royalty. They need that. They need that. People that look like you and I. People that don't look like you and I. They work together. Oh yeah, they work together. All that other stuff is BS. So this is the back of the building. Brick. Very fascinating. Let's get out of here. Let's close this one too. So to prove how he's a Mason, let's do this here. Let's do this here. Let's do this here. Right here. Bowman was a member of the Chamber of Commerce, like Leroy Smith, huh? The Masonic Lodge, the El Jabel Shrine, the Knights Templar, and the Motorcycle Club of Colorado, whose clubhouse he designed. His status as a Mason and a Shriner, you have to reach the 33rd to become both, may have figured heavily in his securing the design commissions for Masonic and El Jabel Shrine projects. His status as a Mason and a Shriner. All right, y'all, check it out. This one was very insightful, very classical. You feel me? This is what we do over here at Learning and Building. We learn. I am nobody's teacher. I'm learning with you. The Metal Eagles carry a pyramid with the number 32 on their heads, according to Colorado Concistory number 1. The double-headed eagle is meant to symbolize the double jurisdiction of the council, one which looked both to the east and to the west. The triangle is a symbol of the divinity, and 32 refers to the 32nd degree, the highest degree a member may attain, except the 33rd degree, which is honorary. And I had that intel. Let me go see if I can go pull that back up, because I had that literal site pulled up. You feel me? I said, do you feel me? Yeah. Denver Consistory. Yeah, that's what we was just on. Yeah, I pulled that up already. That's how we do things over here. We pull it up, and if we close it out, we pull it back up. Bang. This nearly 100-year-old institution built in the neoclassical style reflects Thomas Jefferson's ideas about classical design and public architecture. He felt that this kind of architecture was not just beautiful, but could excite ideas, and was therefore reflective of the new free society that Americans hoped to build. After the Revolution, through Jefferson's efforts and those of George Washington, neoclassical architecture would become the style of the new federal city and the distinctive architecture of the American Republic. This divine science. Bang. Give you some bang for your buck. Put that in hijack. Okay. Now, it just gives you a list of all the buildings he so-called built. And these are all Colorados right here. Yeah, he was even over there in Park Hill Methodist Church. Over there with Leroy and them. And the Boule. Okay. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We don't need to share this. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. This episode of the Denver series was a mighty classical one, man. Neoclassical style, if you don't mind me saying. I did my thing. I love learning. I love building. So now you know, when you look at your courthouses and you look at these buildings, they are tied to the Freemasonic Scottish Rite Order. So Motto, appreciate you for tapping in. This is another episode of the Denver series. Until next time, I'm out.